You actually talked about that in next episode.
Let me start that just section.
Yeah.
Just gonna do that. So Yay, you're here. Welcome to How to Be a Grown Up with CK and GK. Let's get started. Yay. Hello, friends.
Hi.
It's almost Halloween. And we're so glad you're here. And I'm bringing the Lloyd Christmas vibes real hard because I chipped my tooth. And I'm a little bit messed these days. But this is the how-to show for women who chip their teeth when they fall down. And who buy their Halloween candy early and then have to buy it again and again, and probably one more time before Halloween. Probably that morning is my guess.
Yeah. Always.
Always, yeah. But I'm Caitlin, and with me today is Ariella Monti. She is a novelist and a human equivalent of a buy one, inspire a dozen deal.
What? Amazing.
I'm really
love
good at
it.
these. Actually, I think my sister mentioned cheaper by the dozen, and I got that idea, and that's why I wrote it down.
Oh,
she
I
loves
like it.
that. My sisters loved that movie when we were kids. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Today, I'm going to wow you with a festive story. The story of everyone's most favorite retail experience, especially now that we're not going to Target, Spirit Halloween.
Yes, I am so ready for the Spirit Halloween lore. I am
Okay.
getting comfy in my chair.
Yeah, make sure you're comfy. Before we do that, though, are you subscribed to the show on our social channels? Make sure you hit follow and subscribe on Ariella_Monti on Threads and Instagram, or us, CK and GK Podcast on Threads and Instagram. And make sure you're following episodes too. Although, in fairness, I don't exactly have a topic for our next one narrowed down yet. So just focus on social for now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
My sources and mentions for today are Daniel Murray, who is the writer of the Marketing Millennials e-newsletter, which is, if you're a marketer, it's a great one to be following, a National Retail Federation survey, and of course, Spirit Halloween on Twitter /X and other platforms. So at Spirit Halloween, good times.
I have to say, their threads content is
worth a
lot. Yeah, it's a lot better than you would imagine it would be. I do enjoy following them.
We're going to get to that because I do think they know what they're about. And I think they know that everyone else knows what they're about.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So, unless you're driving, raise your hand if Spirit Halloween is part of your fall traditions. My hand is up.
Oh, it's not part of my fall traditions, but I've been there.
We love it. We've been there. Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
Walking through those stores with your kids and jumping at animatronics that scare you is fun. And somehow those stores like magically appear every September and then they're gone November 1st. It's wild. So I'm sure you're wondering how that became a thing. I'm sure you're wondering how they make money only being open 3 months a year, if 3 months counts, right? It's like mid-September to November. So maybe like what, 6-10 weeks at most, right?
Yeah.
This is a story about how one guy in the 80s basically invented an entire business model by paying attention to other people. And also because this is a show about learning things that help us. I just hit the microphone. This is sort of how you can pay attention to things and turn them into your own, hopefully lucrative side hustles. So I'm going to take you back, dear reader / listener, to the early 80s. And there's a man named Joe Marver. Okay, we're going to call him Joe for this episode.
Okay, perfect.
Joe owns a discount women's clothing store in Castro Valley Mall, which is a mall in an Oakland suburb. And on one slow business day, he notices a massive line at the neighboring dancewear store. This is the 80s, okay?
Yes.
Dancewear like leotards, leggings, all neon.
Yep.
Why is there a massive line there? There shouldn't be.
Right.
He's confused. Nobody needs that many leotards. This is not judgment on you.
Who?
Right. This is not judgment on you, your mom, or the vast number of leggings that you have in your collection, and the majority of which are black. I understand that they all have different fits and cuts and purposes, and you wear them for different things. I'm not judging. I'm just saying he knows nobody needs that many leotards, right?
Right.
Then Joe notices customers leaving the store. They're dressed as ghosts, witches, the Grim Reaper, etc. And he realizes that the dancewear store is actually also selling Halloween costumes.
Hold on. Are they the plastic Halloween costumes that were like the apron with like the plastic mask, the cutouts?
Oh, God. They could have been. They could have been. Right? I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see exactly what Joe saw. Okay. All right. So he decides to take action. In 1982, this is how long Spirit Halloween, we're going back early 80s, before you and I, right? Adds Halloween costumes to his women's clothing store, and they outsell everything else in the store.
Wow.
In 83, the dancewear store closes and Joe makes a big bet. He buys out an entire Halloween trade show, puts all of his women's clothing, I know, right? Puts all of his women's clothing in storage, and temporarily converts Spirit Women's Discount Apparel into Spirit Halloween. Swear.
Oh my God.
Right? Right? I literally gave myself chills from that story. Now, in his first 30 days being open, he makes $100,000.
Oh my God.
In today's money, I'm going to pull a Karen in Georgia from My Favorite Murder. In today's money, do you know how much money that would be?
I mean, I know because I'm looking at the script, but go ahead. Tell me, please.
Okay, folks, make your guesses. $325,000 in 30 days.
That's wild. I mean, that's over the equivalent of $100,000 a day in sales. That's a lot of freaking money.
Well, not in a day. It's the equivalent of $30,000.
Oh, 30 days.
30 days.
Yeah. Right.
We're talking about 30 days. Divided by 100, so we're getting we're getting close.
Yeah, it's
a lot.
It's 7
a lot
PM,
of money. Yeah.
So
no, I got you. Okay, so he's not even like a Halloween guy. He just loves this business model because it makes sense.
Right.
Joe Marver, our dear pal Joe, is responsible for the temporary hyper seasonal pop-up store.
That's wild.
Right. Okay. So now we have to consider the context of in which this is happening. In the early 80s, not that I was around then because I'm not that old, but this is my understanding.
But I am.
I'm 84. All right. I'm elder millennial for sure. I'm almost Gen X, but I'm not quite. Okay. The Hollywood horror boom is happening at the same time that he's doing this. So we're talking Nightmare on Elm Street, Child's Play, It, and the whole Halloween franchise all happening around this time. So what he does is source trending costumes in addition to classics.
What are the classics in 1982?
Well, I would imagine it's just things like witches, ghosts. I'm thinking like Peanuts characters, how they're all in a sheet. Right? Like those are classics. Mummy, a pumpkin, right? I was a pumpkin for my very first Halloween costume. And it's precious. He starts opening up more and more pop-ups every year. And by 1999, Spirit Halloween had 60 locations and was acquired by, get this, Spencer's Gifts for an undisclosed sum of cash.
I mean, that makes sense.
Spencer's totally makes sense, but also like what a
Right.
blast from millennial past for those of us
Right.
who are,
Oh,
if you know,
yeah.
you know, right? If you had, did you have a
Yeah.
shroom necklace? It probably came from Spencer. Did you have one of those plastic chokers? It either came from Claire's, which we're also not shopping at anymore, or Spencer's. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the context. That is how Spirit Halloween came to be. I need to go over some of these stats on this store because my mind is blown. And again, shout out to Daniel Murray for putting all this together. And I just took it and made it into my language. Here's where Spirit Halloween is at today by the numbers. Spencer's Spirit Halloween holdings are an estimated $2 billion, billion with a B, in annual revenue, the majority of which comes from Halloween. So that's Spencer's Spirit holdings. Okay. $2 billion in annual revenue. Okay. Now,
so is Spencer Gifts? They're not like around anymore, right?
I'm sure they own certain brands, but I haven't seen a Spencer store. Now, granted, when was the last time I was in a mall? I don't know. When I was 17, but like,
it's possible that Spirit Halloween outlived Spencer's Gifts.
stores. Yes,
that's wild.
It's possible. Do I know it to be true? No, this show is fact adjacent. I'm telling you what I know to be fact is on my notes.
We are not going to the mall to test this theory.
No, I'm not testing this out. Okay. They have more than 1,500 stores and new locations are scouted out every year. They employ 50,000 or so, more or less, temporary workers during the times that they're open. And they're only open for 3 months a year, max. Spirit Halloween is the world's #1 Halloween store, and they have 0 permanent storefronts.
That's crazy.
Here's how it works for those of you looking for an inside scoop into Spirit. By November 1st, all the stores vanish. That's part of the business model. They have to go away because you don't want to pay rent for another month. Right? Mm-hmm. So that's how you do that. All the unsold merchandise gets moved into warehouses. Their only permanent real estate is in warehouses so that they can store their product year round.
Yeah.
They have a small full-time team that does work year round. They're scouting new locations for pop-ups and they're buying new merchandise to keep things going for the next year.
Right.
You, the listener and consumer, can continue to shop at Spirit Halloween online all year round because they do have warehouses and you can purchase from them. So like, let's say you have some random like 70s party that you're going to for someone's birthday. You could totally look at Spirit Halloween online and get a costume from them.
I mean, that shouldn't blow my mind, but it is.
It shouldn't, for some reason. It is shocking because they are gone. You don't see them.
Right.
As of November 1st, they're the plastic sign everything's gone.
Yeah.
Right? Now, here's why it works. There's some business stuff here about how much marketing is actually needed, the amount of overhead real estate, blah-de-blah, stuff that I don't understand. But basically, Halloween is the perfect marketing holiday, which I do understand. It's always the same day every year. It's always the same date, not always the same day, right? Okay.
Right.
It's loved by kids and adults, and kids are the drivers of the consumption, which is not like Christmas. Christmas is for every age, whereas really Halloween, a lot of people view that as a kid's holiday, right?
Right.
It's mostly consumable goods like candy.
Yeah.
Unlike Christmas, which is not mostly consumables.
Mm-hmm.
Pop culture drives different trends of Halloween costumes every year.
Right.
A few years ago, the topical costume was Tiger King, right? Everybody was doing some sort of mullet something, right? But there have been plenty of years where it was like Joe Dirt. Again, real similar, let's be real clear. But like any other, there's going to probably be some K-pop Demon Hunters this year. There's a whole bunch of ways that you could make new money off of current trends.
Mm-hmm.
And it falls between back to school and Black Friday. So it's not like everyone's broke because they just spent all their money on back to school stuff. And
Right.
they're not considering the future spending that's coming with Black Friday.
Mm.
So there is money-ish there, right?
Right.
Okay. You and I are old enough. You, the listener, might not be old enough to have a good enough memory to remember Spirit Christmas. I recall seeing a Spirit Christmas. It was kind of like those Mandela effect things where you're like, you swear you saw Sinbad as Shazam, but you didn't. That's
did.
how I felt about it. I know, right? That's how I felt about Spirit Christmas, where I was like, no, there was a Spirit Christmas. I feel like I remember this. And maybe someone told me about it, but I know I've like seen a picture. Like I can see the plastic sign in my brain. Now, Spirit Christmas was a complete failure because it's the opposite of what those reasons are that I just told you, right?
Right. Yep.
So
yep.
ultimately, Spirit Halloween works because shopping there is like an annual tradition. It's a rite of passage for a lot of families. The store feels like a haunted house without actually having to go to a haunted house. There's themed environments, interactive displays, motion sensor animatronics, all kinds of fun. Like I like to just go and put the hats on and just for fun and then not buy anything. But I usually end up buying something because I have a child. So yeah.
Right.
Basically, it's retail entertainment. Again, mall haunted house without the fear. You know?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So the other thing to know is they get it. They understand themselves. Last year, pretty sure this was last year. It could have been 2 years ago. Last year, there was a SNL sketch about their pop-up model and about dying retail. Spirit Halloween 100% clapped back with their own thing. Yes. And this is why there's a picture on the notes of this costume. It was like the plastic bag with the orange costume thing. And it was like SNL 50, irrelevant 50-year-old TV show, includes dated references, unknown cast members, and shrinking ratings. And everyone was doing Spirit Halloween memes last year.
Yes.
But they are responsible for that. They clapped back, and that's how that got started. So they understand who they are, they understand what they do, and they know that they're the butt of the joke. But you know what? It's $2 billion in revenue, so clearly it can't be that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to prove what I'm saying here, because on the rare occasion that I'm not fact adjacent, I need you to understand exactly how right I am. Okay. Americans spend on Halloween. It's what we do. All right. And I can tell you this because my sister, who lives in Germany, gets excited for trick-or-treaters and they don't get them. It's like it's not an American only holiday, but it is a intense American holiday, right?
Right. Yeah, the way we celebrate it is very specific.
It's hardcore.
To the United States, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. In 2024, Americans spent an estimated $11.6 billion with a B dollars on Halloween, according to that NRF survey that I cited earlier. This total is down a little bit from the $12.2 billion spent in 2023, but is still higher than pre-COVID. And if I remember, I should have pulled the number on COVID spending, but people went all out for COVID on outdoor things. So I don't know. That number would be interesting. Here's where they spend their money. And you'll see what I'm talking about with this consumable stuff. Candy, approximately $3.8 billion.
I feel like
Costumes.
I can account for like
right. I'm like only like 15% of that. Not a big deal. Costumes around $3.5 to $4 billion for children's, adults, and pet costumes. Decorations about $3.5 to $4 billion. And when you think about these, it sounds like these are. Hold on, let me say the last one. Greeting cards. People do send greeting cards for Halloween. An estimated $500 million.
Oh my god!
On greeting cards, yeah. So when we talk about how Halloween is a consumables holiday, candy.
Yeah.
It's a third of the sales. It's a third of the revenue. Costumes. A lot of people only wear their costumes one time. None of us are Ron Swanson wearing the exact same pirate costume every single year. Like, that's not happening. And decorations, like, I don't know about you, but a deer just walked through my decorations and ripped up my spider web, so now I have to get a new one of those. Like, it's not like I spent a ton of money on it in the first place. Yeah, it got stuck. It like walked through the antlers, got stuck, and then it like whipped it off, and so I had a spider in the neighbor's yard. And it looks fine. I mean, it's a little bit of a bummer. I feel bad for the deer, but the deer clearly is okay because my net is shredded, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, the real driver here, though, is millennials and Gen Z. They love Halloween. And now that they're becoming parents, they're passing down this love of Halloween to their kids. How many women our age are like, yes, fall vibes. And I'm such a basic bee about all this. Like, I love me some fall and all the Halloween things. Give it all to me. I'm obsessed.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
We would be remiss if we didn't talk about what this means to you, the listener, aside from me just wowing you with all the things that I've learned and know. And thank you again to Daniel Murray because he's the driving force behind this. Here's what we can learn from Joe. Sometimes the best ideas come from just paying attention to what's going on around you. Had he not noticed all these people going into this, active, we would call it active wear now. It's like a dance wear, with all these, where all the leotards are, and then been like, wait, everyone's coming out with Halloween costumes. It never would have happened, right?
Right.
You don't need a business degree or some sort of master plan before you start doing. It'll come to you. You'll hire people who will do those things for you. He just watched a line at another store. So if the idea is good and people love it, it'll do things for you. Acting on an idea matters more than having the plan. Start small and test it out. He added costumes to his existing store first and then branched out, right? Now, granted, he only gave it a year, but still.
Right.
When something works, lean into it harder. That doesn't have to be for just business, right? If something feels good to you, not drugs, not condoning bad things. Just lean into it. Just lean into it
when things feel
harder.
Good.
Right. Ariella writes spicy content for a living. Earlier today, she was telling me about her swamp sunflowers that thrive in damp and warm environments. And I was
damp and warm environments. Yeah.
Yuck. Okay. Gross. Anyway. Here's how this matters for you. I want you to think about a few things. What patterns are you noticing that everyone else is missing? For me, it's probably not, I probably don't notice until it's too late and I've driven myself crazy. Yeah. Where could you experiment without a huge risk? Do you have a side hustle idea that you keep thinking about that people are saying you should sell this? This is not to be confused with a hobby that you love. That's not what we're saying. We're saying do you make cakes for people on the side? And they keep asking you to sell them, and that's not the thing that brings you the most joy, then okay, great.
Right.
Don't ruin your hobby. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a different approach to something at work that you could take? Something to consider. A new way to handle a recurring problem at home. These are just things that you could experiment on that they're not going to be a huge risk involved, and you might see some really good benefit from it. You have permission to pivot. Joe had one business and then pivoted his business and it worked. You are not locked into doing things the way you've always done them. You are allowed to change. I feel like we could say that about a lot of things. You're allowed to learn something new and grow and then change your opinions about things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. Right. Yes, your failures, of which I have many, including sometimes some episodes of this podcast, might just be experiments that taught you something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
All of these things are things we can learn from Joe. The bigger lesson here is that success isn't always about working harder at the things you're already doing. Sometimes it's just about noticing what actually works and doing more of that. And if you're someone who deals in selling a good of some sort or whatever you are producing whatever you're producing, make sure that people associate it with an experience, right? It's not about the transaction. It's about the experience. You know this, you write for a living. People have an experience as they write your book. As someone who creates content for people to listen to, my hope is that they enjoy the experience of listening. It's experiences that keep people coming back. It's not the transaction itself, right? So just keep that in mind whenever you are doing any sort of thing. If we're talking about planning a birthday party, make it about the experience, not about the item. Lean into that piece of it because that's what makes people happy. Okay?
Yes.
All right. So that's my history of Spirit Halloween. We will be right back. Okay, y'all. POV, you find a diary exposing forbidden magic, and the hot museum caretaker's life depends on you burning it. Roots in Ink, the debut novel by Ariella Monti, is the fantasy romance for rebels. Use promo code CK and GK to get 20% off your copy at ariellamonti.com. Again, that's all caps CKANDGK for 20% off on ariellamonti.com. Get your copy for 20% off today. I literally don't know what I want to talk about next. So it'll be a surprise to everyone.
Yeah.
When you guys return.
Everyone will be surprised.
Everyone will be surprised. But by the time we get back, we will be past Halloween and into the getting into the holiday season. And there are some people who will be very upset that I said the holiday season starts right after Halloween. But I will tell you that I don't care when my joy starts. I will start my holiday joy when I feel like it because everything is burning around me. And so I'm going to lean into my Christmas tree on November 5th. I don't know if that's what day I'll put it up, but I'm just saying. I put it up right before Thanksgiving. It's Christmas, 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 Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day, and then the day after it's Christmas until the rest of the year.
Yeah, I wouldn't even put up a Christmas tree at this point if I did not have a child. I would.
Oh, really?
I would. I like decorating for winter. Like,
yes.
I like winter decorations. I don't like decorating for Christmas.
That's very aesthetic of you.
Right?
Winter is aesthetic.
But you know what it is? It's because I'm lazy and I don't want, because you decorate for Christmas and now, okay, let's be clear. I have a very complicated relationship with Christmas because my birthday is so close to it. Yes, so fair. I'm a little bitter, but on top of that, like, it's a very small window of time that you've got your Christmas decorations up, but winter can go from December all the way to beginning of March. And I know
you're not wrong. That's true.
Yeah, my college suite mates will tell me I could leave all of that stuff up for as long as I'd like, but I don't like it enough.
Yeah. No, I get it. I and there are some things like that I will leave out that are the winter vibes, right? But like, even at this point, snowmen, I'm like, no, it's Christmas. I got it. It's got to go. It's got to go. And usually, I know lots of people who take their Christmas tree down like the day after Christmas because they're like, I can't. I know some people who take it down Christmas night. They're like, nope, it's over. We're done.
Yeah.
Which I can't do. Like that makes my heart sad. But I do like to have it done the day after, like New Year's Day. I'm like, all right, it's got to go. I like having the lights for New Year's. But New Year's Day, it's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely.
Here we are talking about Christmas decorations, and Halloween hasn't even happened yet.
No. But I bet you, last episode we were talking about Halloween traditions, and I thought of one. Yes. So, the one tradition that my kid and I have sort of started is every year we will go and buy some more Halloween decorations because we really don't have many. So every year we'll buy we'll buy a few things to add to the house.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And last year we went to Lowe's Hardware. I can't tell you why we
Smart.
went to Lowe's Hardware. Yeah,
That's a good
we went to
one.
Lowe's Hardware on October 7th, and everything was gone. Stuff was on clearance, and half the Christmas stuff was already out. I'm like, what?
What are
This
we
is
doing?
infuriating. Right. Even my kid
Yeah.
was like, what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
it is October 7th.
Right.
So I bet, I mean, we went a little bit earlier this year. And so we went to Michael's,
still.
and it was plenty of Halloween stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet if I went now, it would be all Christmas.
We did Joann Fabric last year before they went bankrupt. And that was a good place to go to get some stuff because of the sales. But this year, I did go to Michael's to see if there was anything we needed. We didn't need it. We never need, but we want sometimes. But one of the thing I would recommend, and this is for the people like me who buy things and then forget that they bought them. At the end of the season, if there's anything you didn't put up and you don't love, donate it, get rid of it, don't keep it in your house. Because I cannot buy any more big tubs to hold stuff. I've got to pare down, and it's enough stuff. Like, that is one thing I will say about taking down the decorations, is that it just feels less cluttered in my house. Because I do put up a lot. Like, I go hard on Christmas decorations and stuff like that. So anyway, that's our holiday preview discussion. I don't know what we're going to talk about next, guys. If you liked this episode where I told you a story about some sort of cultural phenomenon, like, please let me know. Send me a text. I would love to hear if you liked it. Send me a DM. You can send a text or a DM through the links in the show notes. Our Instagram is linked. There's Threads. There's, again, send us a text link. I would love to know if you liked this, because I will lean into this if you guys liked it. The story of Spirit Halloween, I immediately told Ariella, like, I have to tell you this story. I loved it so much. So this was fun for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make good choices. We'll be back next week. Love you, mean it. Have a great and safe Halloween. Bye.
Bye.
Hey friends, thanks for listening to the CK and GK podcast. Find us at CK and GK podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Good Pods, or anywhere else that you pod. See you next time.